What's up, guys? Okay, well, today we're going to be in Uvalde, Texas. Remember Uvalde, probably all I need to say about that, and everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Robb Elementary, where the over 400 officers stood around and did nothing for 77 minutes. Yeah, there's been an update to the story, and we're going to look into that. Also, I'd like to note, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button, it's free. How we got here, Uvalde.
Tonight we revisit one of the darkest days in Texas in our nation's history. The moment a gunman took the lives of 19 students and 2 teachers in Uvalde 3 years ago. Accountability has felt distant for the victims' families, but on Monday, the first of 2 officers go on trial accused of not doing enough to stop it. What you'll see tonight is difficult and not for younger viewers. But this story matters because it shows how the lessons of Uvalde continue to shape school safety, law enforcement response, and the fight for justice. Here's Jobin Puneker.
This little boy, this is a different one. This is after the shooting already happens. But in another video, he walks around and he sees the guy walking down the hall carrying a gun, and he has the wherewithal to know, go the other way.
It is one of the deadliest school shootings in our country's history. 24th, 2022. A horribly tragic day, made worse by what we've learned weeks, months, and years later. Faces of the victims, 19 students and 2 teachers. But remember this too, the number 77. Authorities tell us 77 minutes passed between the moment Ramos entered the school and when tactical teams finally breached the doors to kill him.
77 minutes, all the cowards.
The question, what took so long?
Well, they were more worried about their safety than they were anybody else's safety. We see this time and time again.
June of that year, we had the first images of the response. And the man who carries the brunt of the scrutiny, former Chief Pete Arredondo.
We haven't contained. There's probably going to be some deceased in there, but we don't need any more from out here.
That he should be in prison. All of them should.
Months later, in July, a Texas House report describes, quote, systemic failures and egregiously poor decision-making. Between 2022 and 2024, the release of public information was slow. 2023 introduced a number of school public safety bills. One bill allotted $1.1 billion for safety upgrades. Another compelled districts to create active shooter plans and mental health training. That same bill, House Bill 3, mandated an armed security guard at every school and weekly exterior door checks. But some bills after Uvalde did not pass. Most notably, one that raised the age to buy a semi-automatic gun from 18 to 21.
You know why that didn't pass? Because you're only penalizing people that follow the law. Legal gun owners. Those are the only ones that are being... If somebody wants to get their hands on a firearm, they will get their hands on a firearm. You can raise the age to 40. It's not going to matter. If somebody wants to get their hands on a firearm, they will do it.
I know. 2 years after the mass shooting, in June of 2024, 2 officers are charged and indicted.
Now, this is Adrian Gonzalez, and he's going to be charged with 29 counts, 1 for each of the 19 fourth graders who were killed, and he's going to receive 10 more for the children that survived. So he's going to get 29 felony counts. This one's going to get 10 felony counts, and this is the Uvalde School Police Chief. I don't know if I said it or not, but they said this was the SRO. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the Uvalde School Police Chief, Pete Arredondo, and he's charged with 10 felony counts for endangering the 10 survivors by delaying law enforcement response and not following active shooter protocol. Yes, active shooter protocol. Step number 1, stop the killing. It's in every book. They beat it into our heads in BLAT. Rule number 1, stop the killing. Active shooter 101.
Former Chief Arredondo and former school district officer Adrian Gonzalez for child endangerment and abandonment. In April of 2025, the Uvalde Strong bill passes in the Texas legislature. 6 months later, in October of 2025, the newly built Legacy Elementary welcomed students. Which brings us to January of 2026. Adrian Gonzalez will have his day in court.
Almost 4 years later.
In Corpus Christi. He's pleaded not guilty.
Yes, because they're going to say, okay, maybe he was a coward. Maybe he didn't do this. Maybe he didn't do that. But was that criminal? Well, They have to serve and protect on the side of all their cars. They need to take all that shit off. They only serve and protect themselves. The question is going to be, does that rise to the level of criminal charges?
So much has happened, so much emotion.
How deep is your love, Father?
In 3 years, and yet the victims' families feel there's so little accountability.
In Jesus' mighty name.
A day that will be remembered and recorded forever. I'm Jobin Puniker.
And where we're at now.
More than 3 years after one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history, the first trial tied to that tragedy at Robb Elementary is set to get underway today.
And when he says today, he means this past Monday.
2 teachers and 19 students killed in that shooting.
Jury selection is set to begin today in a Corpus Christi courtroom where the trial was moved. Former Uvalde school officer Adrian Gonzalez.
And I'm wondering if it was moved from a more, I don't want to say conservative area, but a more area where they might convict to an area where there's a bunch of bootlickers. I don't know.
The center of it, 2024 on 29 counts of abandoning or endangering a child. It is for the delayed police response to that shooting. Now, today is just one step in the push for families of victims and the community for some accountability.
Our Natalie Haddad joins us now from our newsroom with what led up to this trial, and we know that it has been a years-long fight to get to this point, Natalie.
Oh, yes, and the families are certainly feeling every one of those days it's taken to get to this point. Now, what is happening today is rare. A police officer, Adrian Gonzalez, is on trial accused.
Yeah, it's rare that police are held accountable for their actions. You got that right.
Of failing to act to stop a crime and protect lives. The trial, expected to last up to 3 weeks, begins today with jury selection. Now, Adrian Gonzalez, a former Uvalde School District police officer, faces 29 counts of child endangerment. He has pleaded not guilty. The indictment alleges Gonzalez placed children in imminent danger by failing to engage, distract, or delay the shooter, and by not following his active shooter training. Prosecutors also say he did not move toward the gunfire despite hearing shots and being told where the shooter was. Now, on the day
they kept saying it's a barricaded subject. It's a barricaded subject. No, they heard the gunfire. They knew there was children in them rooms. A child made a 911 phone call and said, "Can you get somebody in here to help us?" while they stood outside and waited.
A teenage gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. Nearly 400 officers from local, state, and federal agencies responded. But 77 minutes passed from the first law enforcement arrival until a tactical team breached the classroom and killed the shooter. Gonzalez was among the first officers on scene and again is accused of not doing more to stop the attack. Now, if convicted, Gonzalez faces up to 2 years in prison.
No, get it right. He faces up to 2 years on each charge, not 2 years in prison. 2 years on each charge.
While families of the victims have said more officers should have been charged, Gonzalez is only one of 2 officers indicted. The former Uvalde School District Police Chief, Pete Arredondo, is scheduled to stand trial at a later date, Mark.
Okay, thank you for the updates this morning, Natalie. And at 6:30, we will be talking with our senior crime and justice reporter, Rebecca Lopez. She'll be live in Corpus Christi, where she will be following that trial all week long.
Yes. Coward, plain and simple. All these cops were nothing but cowards. Yes. And I've been trying to get this one up for several days, and my laptop is not having it. That's why these have already been. Lock him up. I can understand if they were afraid, but they stopped the officers whose wife was inside from attempting to save his wife and children. Every human has the right to risk their life to save another. Yes, only 2 years. No, only 2 years. It's 2 years for each charge. Why she said it was only 2 years, I have no idea. Anyway, I do believe it is found guilty. He is not coming to survive. He's not going to survive to 2 years in prison. It's 2 years on each charge because the creature decided to put his life above those of the innocent children. This thing was a trained police officer. I need a cited. Oh, stop my problem. Anyways, I'm rambling. Yeah, you're rambling. I can't even understand it. I do believe he's not going to survive more than 2 years in prison if convicted, because a lot of those prisoners, they find out that you were... If they find out, I think it's supposed to say who you are, So anyway, done something to the kids. I believe it's called prison justice. Anyway, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Anyway, that's where I with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to their channel. Click the button. It's free. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.